All right, so I just pushed live. It says it's starting, but it hasn't come up. Okay, hopefully it's live. I'm waiting for my lovely assistant to confirm that we are set.
Yep.
Yay, we're all set. Okay, so hello to everyone who might be watching. This is my new show that I've been doing called Sightreading Maverick, and it's just a time for me to learn a lot or read a lot of repertoire that I had no idea about. So I am learning so much. People send in requests. Usually I prefer things that are on IMSLP.org. Go ahead and donate to them. It's a great website and a great resource, but it's all public domain stuff, or for the most part it's public domain. So that's why I feel comfortable broadcasting it. So you can always make requests in between sessions, via Twitter, via Facebook, you name it. So that's what we're doing, and I have a lot of stuff on the docket for tonight, which is super exciting, and I had a lot of requests made. And I do kind of explain a little bit of my process when I'm looking through the music before I start. And part of my goal in doing this is simply to help especially younger musicians get in touch with the fact that sight reading can actually be fun, and that it is a good tool to expand your knowledge of what's out there. So here we go. All right, the first piece that I'm going to do tonight is by a Twitter friend of mine. So this is not on IMSLP as far as I know. It's Richard, and I'm going to butcher his last name, Langellotti. I think that's maybe what it is. And he sent me two pieces. The first one is called, he likes French names, Le Jardin de l'artiste à something or other. And it's based on the painter Claude Monet. At least I think that's a rough translation. And Richard, if you're there on Facebook, feel free to comment and correct me. But anyway, tempo indication, which is always good to look at, is un peu modéré, so a little bit moderate. So fortunately not too fast. Key signature, no sharps or flats, although I'm looking through and we get to the last line and lo and behold there are some accidentals, but I will forgive him that. Looks like some clef changes here and there, so I need to be aware of that. Some tempo changes, definitely meter changes, which doesn't typically bother me if it keeps a consistent bass, which is the quarter note in this case. Looks like about halfway through we do get some 16th notes. So that is going to help me probably determine my tempo that I choose to do it at. What else can I glean from this? Oh, he does have a key change. It goes to 5 flats. I don't mind 5 flats, so that's nifty. And yeah, it looks very interesting. I'm kind of looking now at texture. There's several places where the left hand carries the melody. So especially when I have a piece where it's not just accompaniment and left hand, melody and right hand throughout, I do try to have my eyes constantly looking ahead to try to make sure I can pick out which hand has the melody, because obviously that's something we definitely want to include. So yeah. All right, I will stop talking. So I'm kind of scanning it. I want to see if I can pick a tempo that will do it justice. He does give an indication of quarter note is 72, a little faster than the second, but I am not a metronome, I tell people that, so I have to guess a little bit. Okay, here we go. 3, 4. Oh, the dog is up here. Tad, do you think you could bring him down? My husband is dealing with the dog. This is excellent. Oh, the dog does not want to leave. Richard, I think that's a compliment to you because he is literally not leaving. Churro, go with Daddy.
Come on, let's go for a walk.
Oh, it's okay, Tad. But maybe, I don't know if he'll go downstairs. Okay. It's okay. Even if he stays, we'll make it work. So there you go. So that was Richard's Le Jardin de l'Artiste, something or other. I have no idea. And then he also sent in another one, and I'm sorry, Richard, I know there were a lot of mistakes. Sorry. But that's what you get when you ask me to sight read things. All right, the second one is a Berceuse from his Une Petite suite. So this one is, again, same indication. It's un peu modéré. It's in, again, no key signature. 4/4. This looks a little more challenging, so this should be interesting. I'm glad I did not start with this. We've got all sorts of things going on. We've got triplets in the left hand, moving to 16th notes. It looks like a lot of chromaticism involved, so I'm kind of glancing to see if I can pick up any clues. He's still trying to get the dog to go. Yeah, let's see, it looks like, oh, no, not whole tone. Okay, lots of time signature changes. And we've got more melody in the left hand, which I always love that because I used to play cello. Plus lent, so it goes a little slower there, which is good because it gets more complicated. I don't know. We'll see if this is very Berceuse. The dog is not going to go. So he's going to sing. Just saying. All right, we're going to just try it. What's my goal going to be? Well, it is a Berceuse, so I'm going to go for a Berceuse relaxing atmosphere. Hey, Peter! I see Peter has joined us. That is awesome. And Peter always has good suggestions. Okay. Let's try. Enough talking. So again, I want to think 16th notes. think that's beautiful. As much as I could hear it, I have to remember to write a checklist of things to do before I push start, and one of them is invite our dog downstairs. Anyway, so I think we're stuck with him tonight, but that's okay. We'll make it work. I'm gonna have a little conversation with him. Hey, Churro. Churro, do you wanna go over there? Or can you sing more quietly? That would be really, really helpful. And I see that Shoshana is here too. Hello. This is so wonderful. Okay, Shoshana had placed a request and I'd asked her a question, so now she's answering. All right, so those were two pieces by my Twitter friend, Richard Langellotti. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I was hoping he was gonna pipe in and comment, but I don't see him piping in. Okay, since I see Shoshana is here, I'm gonna go ahead and do her request. Which was the Albeniz, España, which I have actually never, I don't even know, I probably will recognize it, but I have never played it for sure. So this is really exciting because I have no excuse to not play it. And she said I can play any movement, so this is cool. I'm gonna start with the first one, which is the Preludio. Because it's marked Andantino and it's in, it looks like, well, it actually looks like it's in A minor, but I think it's D minor. We'll see. I mean, there's one flat, so yeah. But it looks like it's in the A minor at the beginning. 3, 4, Andantino. We've got eighth notes. Let's see, we got triplets. So Shoshana, I don't know this piece very well, so I'm going to totally guess on tempo, so forgive me. We've got a lot of hands doing the same thing, which is very helpful. And then we've got a typical kind of Spanish accompaniment going on. So I think it should be pretty straightforward. We'll find out. Cool one. I love Spanish music. So much fun. So I'm probably going to read some more here because that was pretty short anyway. But I love it. And at the end, and this happened at the beginning too, I did not do it as well at the beginning. You had this, and the first time I didn't realize it wasn't in unison at first, so I kind of bombed it. Then when I saw it coming up at the end, I was like, yeah. I don't know if I played the right notes. All I knew is that I needed to do A major, triads, and arpeggios, not unison. So that's what I told myself to do and to go up the keyboard. So sight reading is a lot of just faking it in the style that you perceive it should be in. Okay, we're gonna do the tango because like who doesn't want to do a tango, right? So D major, this is also andantino. Something like too many surprises. There's a lot of mordants in here. When I'm sight reading, that's one of the first things to go. So if I am feeling overwhelmed by all the notes, I go ahead and discard the mordants. Then once I get comfortable with the piece, if I feel comfortable adding them in, I will. Looks like there's lots of multi retards. So I take those, right? You want to take those as much as you can. That gives you time to like collect your brain and look ahead. Know these. So this is funny because I think I always assumed that these were really, really hard. But I used to play in a restaurant for a while, and like these would have been perfect for that. Okay, should we do one more? What else is there? Oh, I'm not doing the one in 5/8, sorry. Okay, we're gonna do, let's see, that one's allegretto, which that might be a nice contrast. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. We're gonna do the Capriccio Catalan. So this one is in E flat major, and it's in 2/4 allegretto. Has a syncopated left hand almost throughout. We've got quite a few accidentals in there. Looks like halfway through the left hand takes the melody just for a little bit, and then the right hand has the accompaniment. So here we go. Fastest notes appear to be eighth notes. 1, 2, and go. convinced that I'm gonna have to like read through all of these at some point because they're really beautiful. So thank you, Shoshana, for that recommendation. Yay. I love it. Okay. So what's next on the docket? We've done Richard's. Another request from a Twitter friend was a set of pieces by Max Reger. These look a little bit more challenging, and I can't remember if he requested certain ones. No, it doesn't look like it. So let's see, what have we got? Oh my gosh, it's like really long. Oh my gosh, there's lots of them. Okay, we're gonna try, and I don't know if you had specific requests. We're gonna start with one called, it's number 4. This is, Max Reger, and these are, I forget what the name of the whole piece is. Well, anyway, I don't want to take the time to look it up. I wrote it in the description of the session. This is Andantino, key signature. It's in 3/4. It does go a little faster in the middle. Oh yeah, this should be fun. really wish the dog wasn't singing, but that's okay. We'll live. Yeah, so Max Reger. That is pretty cool. I think we'll do one more from these. There's so many of them. Oh my gosh. This looks kind of tricky, but I think we're going to try it. It's the Minuet. It's number 2. It says it's in D major, B minor, or B minor. It does not look like that when you look at it, so that's kind of confusing. A waltz, or well, it's a minuet, so it's in 3/4. It looks like it goes into octaves, and so I'm always looking for octaves to figure out, well, are they hard, or am I going to be able to do it? It's the melody that we have at the beginning, but in octaves. So that's good to know. I don't have to do all the octaves. I could just pick out the melody. The left hand moves around a lot, and we've got octaves in that same spot that the right hand does, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to go for the downbeats for sure, just to keep the rhythmic, the pulse constant. Looks like it changes keys a couple times. We go to 5 sharps when we get into this trio, which is the poco meno mosso, so that's good. Got a little cadenza-y thing at the bottom, but that means I can also take time. Looks like it's a pretty subdued piece for the most part. Okay. We've got triplets here. 2, 3. lost it there at the end. So did my dog. He lost it too. Yay! Well, that was, I think if it was played correctly, it would be super beautiful. So that's really cool. So I'm glad to be introduced to those, and I'm going to hang on to those for sure. Okay, I'm going to look up something really quickly because I'm about to play something and I want to make sure I don't mispronounce his name. Okay, the next one, let me go back. Okay, the next piece is by Guy Miaille. Guy Miaille. And this was a request to play the Habanera and maybe a movement called Scott Joplin. So that's interesting. There's a lot of tributes to different composers, it looks like, in here. Oh, there's actually one that was written for the person that requested this, who is also a composer. All right, here's the Habanera. Oh, this is ironic. This was actually written in tribute to Albeniz. So what do you know? We just did Albeniz. All right, looks like we have 2 flats to start out with. It's marked bien rythmé. The quarter note is 76, but it's an Habanera, so I can get it. Then it goes to 2 sharps. Does not go into 16ths. It gets very tangly at the end though. So what am I gonna do? Definitely try to focus on keeping that habanera rhythm even if some of the notes go out the window. Right? Because I think rhythm and pulse are more important than pitch. If you can keep the rhythm and pulse, you are pretty good to go, generally speaking. All right. made it. It was very tangly at the end there. I was like, I'm barely hanging on. But that was very cool. So, yay. So Guy Miaille, that was his Habanera. The next one is Scott Joplin. So this should be fun. Typical left-hand part. It actually doesn't look as bad as Scott Joplin's usually are, so I'm not about to complain. G major. I'm going to go with the philosophy that rags should never be too fast, right? Yes. And there's a repeat. Repeats are always, actually there's lots of repeats. There's 2 repeats. That's helpful. Piece, but I did get a little meandery, so I'm not quite sure what happened, but that's okay. All right. Gosh, time flies when you're having fun. We have 10 more minutes. So I think, let's see, what else is in here? Oh, actually, I think we're doing really well on time. We also got a request for some pieces by Agathe Backer-Grondahl. I know I should know her. A friend of mine just performed some of her works. So I'm really excited to look at some of these. And he recommended number 1 and number 3 of the, it's Fantasistykker. So I think fantasy pieces. This is the Chant de la Jeunesse, the song of the young girl, I think. It's marked, oh, these are really short. It's marked, it's a 9/8 F major. This looks like these might be actually really good to practice sight reading. quite homophonic in that the rhythm moves together in both hands. Let's try it. So beautiful and simple, but beautiful. When I'm sight reading something that is really very accessible, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be fairly straightforward to read, I challenge myself to play as ultra musically as possible. How do we do that? It means really looking ahead, but also listening ahead. So trying to kind of hear what's coming next, so that I'm looking for deceptive cadences. I'm looking for chords that I can tell are going to be rich and cool, so that I can set it up a little bit, take a little bit more time. But that takes practice in order to be able to do that. I also really strive when I'm sight reading stuff like this to play with as beautiful a tone as possible. It's a good exercise. Plus, it's just more enjoyable to listen to. Okay, the next one is not so straightforward and easy. So I'm going to skip to the one that he asked for, and then maybe I can go back if we have time. He asked for 1 and 3, so it's the Chant d'été, which été is a season, I can't remember. Oh, of summer? 6/8, G major. We've got some like 16th notes, kind of nice shimmery. So if I'm probably not going to play all the notes, but the idea is shimmer, right? So as long as I shimmer approximately in the right key, we should be good to go. And while I'm shimmering in the right hand, the left hand is melodicizing, melodie. No key changes. 1, 2. beautiful too. All right, I don't know if Peter, are you still there? Because I remembered that there was one piece I didn't get to of a friend of mine, Peter, at last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think take a look at it, and then I might come back to these. The other piece that he had requested by this composer, Schulhoff, was really kind of bizarre and quite a challenge to read. So, but I want to try this. This is his Erwin Schulhoff's Variations and Fugue. So I'm going to end with a bang, maybe. And if I have to redeem myself, I'll redeem myself with something pretty. But okay, I have no idea what to expect. But we're going to try some of it at least. So this is the theme. Variation. It's in a very weird set of meters. It goes 5/8, 4/8, 3/8, 6/8, blah blah blah. So we'll see what happens. Stop with that one for tonight just because it's a longish piece, and I want to end with I think I'm going to end with another of the España, the Albeniz, or yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to do the Serenata, which is in 3/4. And I'm not going to discuss it much because I'm out of time, but I'm going to do it anyway. Well, that is a lovely way to end. So for those of you who sent in recommendations and who joined me tonight, thank you very much. Next time I will try to make sure that the doggo is not here to assist. So until next time should be, it's not this Sunday. I'm skipping this Sunday because I'm supposed to do a recital at 2 p.m. of all music written by amazing women. So 2 p.m. this Sunday. We're not going to do Sight Reading Maverick this Sunday. So the next one will be next Wednesday. So feel free to get me your requests before then. All right, take care, everyone. Stay safe.